Everybody, thank y'all for joining us. This is a true impromptu. That is my little brother, Meeky. Meeky, tell him who you are.
All right, well, my name is Meeky. As he told you, I have a podcast called Breakin Bread. I've been doing it since the pandemic. For me, it was just kind of a boredom kind of thing. I just was bored, really couldn't get out and be active, with people. So I just decided to do the podcast thing. And for me, it's very therapeutic, like not only am I trying to help people, but it's helping me at the same time. So I guess it's kind of a win-win situation. But yeah, that's the short story.
So, listen, we are not going to go and do what we normally do as far as podcast interview and all that other stuff. Bro, we family. I ain't doing all of that.
Yeah, we're
We're going to talk real talk.
I'm ready.
Tell me and talk to me if you want.
Okay.
But just so you know, my life is open book. So if you heard of something and you're not 100% sure you want to ask me, feel free.
Okay.
There's a lot that's going on in my
Mhm.
world that I'm sure you don't know about, and we will try to talk about it as best we can.
Okay.
Uh, but there has been a lot that's been going on with you, bro. And
Yeah.
so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the floor for you. This way, it'll give you a chance to talk about what you want to talk about. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
what's comfortable for you to discuss. And I'll, like we do at home, I'll hop on that and just talk. So the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, there's like so much really going on in my life. I really don't know where to start, but I will say this. As I've gotten older, I realized the importance of mental health. You know, I really didn't pay no mind when I was younger because I was running around, ripping and running. So my mind and the world around me was moving 1,000 miles per minute, And I really didn't realize the importance of it until I got a little older. And the reason why for me is because I remember this was about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I was at a bar and I wasn't trying to talk to nobody. I was just staying to myself or whatever. And it was this girl that was there, and like she just kept talking to me, talking to me, talking to me. And in my head, I don't want to be rude, but in the back of my mind, I'm saying like, "Yo, leave me alone. Like I don't want to talk." So she ended up asking for my Facebook, and I told her I do podcasts and I try to post, inspirational stuff. And she said, "Oh, can I get your Facebook?" So then we started doing that. And we started getting cool, and she was telling me about her life and what was going on and stuff like that. And she would ask to hang out. And like once again, I felt kind of weird because I didn't know if it was a sexual advance or anything like that. So I kept like, you know, pushing her away pretty much. Like, I'm good, I'll pass. I'm all right. I don't. So we just kept it strictly to a Facebook thing. And she was telling me her story, and she went through a lot. And she would just tell me, "Can you tell me something inspirational? I'm going through things with my daughter's father. He's very abusive. He abuses me. He abuses our daughter, and she admitted she was an alcoholic and stuff, and she just needed somebody to speak to. But I always tried to keep that degree of separation between us until one day I realized about 2 or 3 weeks passed and I haven't heard from her. So I decided to go on her Facebook, and she committed suicide.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know, she committed suicide, and that touched me because even though I didn't know her for a long period of time, I said to myself, what if I would have just hung out with her and spoke to her and let her feel my energy? Could I have possibly prevented that from happening? Could I have possibly delayed it? And at that point, that's when I realized mental health is really important, especially in this generation, because that blew my mind. Like, if you see her on the outside, she was fully functionable, laughing. You would have never thought in a million years, just by looking at her, she would have thoughts of trying to commit suicide. Well, not trying, because she did eventually.
Good topic.
Mm-hmm.
Good topic. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But quick question, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people felt that way about you when they saw you? Because here's the thing, and I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
You've been my family forever.
30 years.
Used to see you all the time. Could you not remind me how old I am? Good grief. I see you all the time. So when I heard the things that I heard, and it wasn't anything negative like, oh, you know, he done spazzed out, he done did. No, what I heard was Meek is a lot to himself. You know, just emotional, like emotional issues. You know what I'm saying? Not to whereas, well, at least not that I thought. I should say it like that. To whereas you were going to take your life or anything like that. But let me ask you this. So when that young lady, how did you feel that you were going to talk to her to possibly turn her around? What could you possibly say? Now, I know you relate. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm interviewing because I do.
Yeah.
These are truly things that I want to know, man, because I live in Texas, and you, where are you in Pennsylvania?
Allentown.
Okay, yeah. It's not like I can run downstairs and talk to you.
Yeah.
So, and I think as weird as it is, us having platforms, it bridges the gap a little easier. So let's get back.
Yeah, it does.
Let's get back to what I was asking you.
Well,
Do you honestly feel like you could have done something to possibly turn that around?
Well, I really don't know, but the reason why I feel like I could have maybe possibly in a way is because for me, I just wanted somebody to be around. I wanted a positive force and a positive energy around me to steer me in the right direction. And, I didn't really have that. I'm not going to say I didn't have it, but I had all this negativity blocking me from seeing the positivity behind the negativity. So with me saying that, I'm saying this. I feel maybe if I was around her, speaking to her and, possibly could have coached her in a way, told her to help her seek counseling, maybe go to Alcohol's Anonymous, check up on her. Hey, are you keeping up with what the doctor is saying and stuff like that? Maybe I could have helped her, because the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm not going to lie. I know this is your platform, but I'm going to be honest. I've tried to commit suicide myself plenty of times because I felt like I really had nobody there to just be like, nah, Meek, don't do that.
All right. So
that wasn't too much, right? I just want to.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I seriously want to say, stop. Cut this off, and I'll call you.
Right.
That's a lot to take in because you and I have been close since day one.
Okay.
For me not to be able to reach out and talk to you and to hear this, it's a lot to take in. But I know that, I know that somebody out there needs to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Your platform is called Breakin Bread. And I think that was a divine intervention.
Okay.
Meaning, I honestly feel like you didn't think that up, that it was thought up for you and given to you.
Yeah.
It was implanted in you. Because you know yourself, man, you hear somebody's podcast and they have stupid names like, it is what it is. What does that even mean? But anyway,
what does that mean? Yeah.
We'll get back to that later. Wow, man, I didn't. Oh wow. All right, so I got a question. You gotta forgive me, man, and y'all gotta.
Yeah, of course.
Y'all gotta forgive me out there. It's a lot to take in. So So you said you needed a positive, or you were looking for a positive influence.
Yes.
It still works.
Of course it does. You're 100% right about that. But
Hold on. Because see, now we're going to talk.
yeah, of course.
Is it me? Have I done anything to offend you?
Oh, no,
And it's
not
okay
at
if the
all.
world knows. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, not at all. You want to know what it is? I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
For me to be the age that I am, I'm ashamed. For me to be in the position that I'm in, for me to be in the situations I always seem to find myself in, I'm ashamed. So that's why I really don't reach out to you, because I'm ashamed. I mean, I'm not trying to make an excuse. That's just how I feel.
So, okay. All right, Father. All right, so let me give you what was just given to me to give you.
Okay.
You say you felt ashamed?
Mm-hmm.
And rightfully so. And rightfully so. You know why?
Why?
You call me for anything else. You call Nene for anything else. When you lived downstairs and we lived upstairs.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, man. Do you know how that Whew. Okay. All right. Yeah. Do you know what kind of effect that would be if you decided, and I love you, man, but I gotta say it like this.
All right.
Do you know what that would do what that would do to people if you selfishly went and took your life?
Honestly, no, I don't.
It's selfish. You don't just affect you. You don't just affect your mother. Since you were what, 7?
7 years old, yeah.
How old are you now? Oh, well,
37.
Yeah, we got to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't own a black suit. I'm not burying you. Wow, this wasn't supposed to happen like this.
I'm sorry about that, Mike. It's just
no, it's okay. It's all right.
Like, I don't have a problem with getting personal, because I just feel like people need to hear stuff like this,
No, and listen, and I applaud that, because this is a conversation that was needed to be had, and I felt like, let me tell you how I felt. I felt like you were running and hiding from me. You wouldn't.
Of course, hands down. Hands down, 100% right.
You would not talk to me, and I'm like, and I asked your cousin, I'm like, did I do something to him? Bro, I'm, because I would talk to you, you would answer me, and then I wouldn't hear from you for a month.
I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
One of the reasons why, because I grew up not physically being told, but feeling like my voice doesn't matter. The people that I had around me, oh yeah, okay, yeah. So after a while, that feeling got embedded in my head. So when I was going through stuff, I just kept it to myself, because I was afraid of hearing that, yeah. Because if I did, to be honest with you, mentally that would have set me back. Even though I knew you would have never did that to me, but it's kind of hard teaching an old dog new tricks. Not saying it can't be done, but it's going to take a while to teach that dog new tricks. So that's how I felt.
I understand, man. I understand.
So, but it's like now I'm just like, I have to speak about it, because the age that I am right now, my mental health it's not going to say it's bad, because it's better than before, but it could be better. So I just feel like now is just the time I need to speak, because now that I'm getting older, the generation behind me, or should I say in front of
Right.
me or behind me,
Exactly.
is getting older. And as the world gets older, it's going to get tougher. Because when I was growing up, we just had to worry about getting beat up by the kid around the corner. Now you got cyberbullying, you have stalking, you have so many different avenues of ways to people to bully you that
Right.
I feel like people out there need to hear my story so they can know what to look out for. So that's why I
No, I
speak the
got
way
you.
I speak now. So
I
you
got
know,
you. Again, I'll it wasn't supposed to go like this, man. We were supposed to be talking about dumb stuff. Seriously.
I mean
But
that's why I said I wanted you to ask me questions, because it's like I'm like, especially now how I'm feeling, it's just I just feel like my story needs to be heard, and so does everybody else's story that went to mental health that needs to be heard, because we are the teachers. You were the teacher to me, and now I'm older. Now I am a teacher, so I have to put the generation on the game. You know,
right, right.
so
And you gotta forgive me, man, because I'm trying not to tear up. Brother, I don't.
for all of the people that's on Mike's platform, I apologize. I didn't mean to do
No,
any of
no,
this.
no, no, no,
You
no.
know,
They understand wholeheartedly, brother. They understand.
yeah.
This is real talk. I just, you know how when you hear something and you say to yourself, "Nah, that can't be possible," and then you get
Yeah,
hit in the face with it. It's
yeah.
like, damn, I wasn't expecting that.
You wasn't expecting that. Yeah, yeah.
But in all honesty, I was expecting it. I just didn't expect you to say it to me. I know it don't make sense, but later on, we will both catch and go, "Oh, that's what he meant."
Hmm.
I just didn't expect to hear from you. All right, so what's what are we doing about this?
Well, as of right now, like I said before, I'm doing my podcast. I'm seeking therapy. I've been doing that now for about 3 weeks, and it's really been working out for me. I just think more so keeping myself busy, having a set schedule for me so I
Right,
can know what to do with the next thing.
right.
Not
You
having
need some kind of structure. No, I got you.
yes, yeah. So not having idle time is like what I'm trying to do right now. So yeah.
Do you feel friends are have anything to do with what you went through, and why?
Of course, yeah, of
And
course,
why?
because me, majority, and this may sound funny, but majority of the trouble I got into was because of other people. It wasn't even like my fault. It was because I was doing something for somebody else. So to answer your question, yep, of course it was the friends. Because those same friends, well, I thought they were my friends that I had back then, I can't call them. They don't check on me. They don't see how I'm doing. So to answer your question, 100%, it had to do with the environment and the crowd I had around me. Because I
So
just felt like, yeah,
let me ask you this, man.
uh,
And you know I'm nervous, bro, because I'm grabbing stuff on my desk. Um, what's your feelings and your mood right now?
right now, this
Right now,
moment,
this moment, right here, doing this.
I'm kind of shocked that I'm even saying this to you, to be honest with you. Like, I knew it was on my mind, but for me to actually say it to you, and then on top of that, your platform, it kind of has me like, where did that come from? Because I literally was not thinking in my head it was going to go this way at all. But once you said the floor is yours, it just, it
Absolutely,
just, it just regurgitated. It just came out, So
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. And if nothing else, brother, you've always been since you was a little guy. You've always been that straight up. I can remember there's times where you got in trouble
mhm,
and your mama would ask you because we was all in. Do you do that? Now you would cry a little bit, but the answer was always yes.
Yeah.
It was never yes, but you made me do it.
Yeah.
So at that young age, you had character. You see where I'm getting at?
Yeah, I do, definitely.
You had character. And to develop that at such a young age, I shouldn't even say develop. My brother, that was given to you. And sometimes I think we forget that. That character, that little conversation in your head say, hey, I did this. Let me own up to it. Man, you got guys in their 40s who don't do that now.
This is true.
But
this is true.
Man, I just didn't know how much pressure you was going through. And we can't save the world, man. But
that's what it is, and that's always been one of my problems. I've always tried to help and save everybody and didn't realize I was giving so much of me that I didn't even have in myself. So how can I sit up here and give you some water if I barely have drops myself? So I have drops in my bottle of water, and I'm gonna go find you a whole bottle of water and give it to you while I still got the drops. That's always been my problem. Instead of me saying, hey, I give you half of this water, but the other half is going to be for me, I would keep the drops in my bottle and go get a whole bottle to give you.
There's going to come a time, and you may have hit that time now, and I'm going to say something that may sound funky when I say it, but I really want you to take back when you relaxing and chilling. I really want you to take back what I said. So you've heard the phrase, everybody had that come to Jesus moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In more ways than one, you've had it. Here's the problem. The problem is that Jesus didn't mind giving you his last. Because with the bat of an eye or the snap of a finger, it could all be fixed. And we know that because he fed 5,000 with 2 fish. You can't do that. So here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. Here's how I take it apart.
Okay.
Being that you can't do that, you struggle with why can't I do that?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, correct me.
No, you're right. That's what
you struggle with the why you can't do that. Why can't I help them? But the question you should be asking yourself is, why can't I help myself? You ever ask yourself that question?
I ask myself that all the time, Mike, and I never get an answer. Maybe I am getting an answer and I'm not seeing it, who knows? But if you're asking me personally, I feel like I never get that answer because I always continue the same cycle. Yo, Meek, I got you. Yo, Meek, I got you. Meek, I got you. Meek, I got you. And then I think, now that I'm talking to you, I think what it is, without me even like realizing it, I think I'm just afraid to be alone.
Let's talk about that. Woo! Hold on, I'm sweating. I'm in the garage and I'm sweating, so y'all gotta forgive me. Yeah, I've been put out in the garage, and in Texas right now, my garage is like 85 degrees. So y'all gotta forgive me. So yeah, I'm sweating.
You gotta take the hat off with a towel on the head and soak up that sweat.
Man, listen, I take the hat off. I'm completely bald. That and the fact that it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yo, let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay. It'll give us a chance. It'll give us a chance to move away from what's going to eventually make me tear up. And I don't want people out there thinking I'm some kind of punk or something. I don't kid. You saw what your thoughts on it, and I will interject.
Mm-hmm.
You saw what your thoughts on it.
Oh, I want me to continue. Well,
yeah. Why? Okay. Right. Why do you think that transpired the way it did? You see.
Well, I mean,
hold on. hold on. I will put you in the hot seat. You know why? Because you always interviewing us.
Of course, I never like. This is the third time I've been on somebody's platform, but never like of this magnitude, like this serious. Like people asking me questions, it was always like a joint conversation. So I'm all for it.
All right, well, let's go.
Right.
You tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, for me, this may sound cliche, but this is just how I personally feel. I would call it the single child syndrome. I didn't really have nobody around me to play around with. My mother was always at work, so I said to myself, what can I do to get people around me? And that's when it started. I think it started for me when I was 11 or 12 years old. I think that's when it started. That's when I started, trying to get outside more, and I started seeing a bunch of people playing together, and I would think in my head, wow, how can I be a part of them? And like, it's no secret, my mother took care of me. She always made sure I had stuff, so, hey, come to my house. I got the new Xbox. I got juice boxes. I got chips.
Oh yeah, we knew that. Yeah, we knew that. Auntie, yeah, we knew that.
So it's like I always was that guy that, if you wanted something to eat, you can go to Meek's house. Or if you wanted a juice box, you can go to Meek's house. Or if you wanted to be in a crib with the AC, you can go to Meek's house. If you want to play the Xbox, you can go to Meek's house. So as I've gotten older, I've adapted that as my lifestyle. In my head, I felt like I had to do things for people to keep them around me. And the minute I stopped was the minute I was going to be alone. So when I didn't have it, I always figured out where to get it so I can give it so you can be around me. So, yeah.
So, two things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like, two questions. Well, actually, one question and statement. Do you feel like you were being used?
At the moment, no.
Because it was fulfilling your need?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and it's funny you say that. It's funny you talk about that because Nene grew up as an only child. But here's the thing. And the running joke is in the house is that she was running the world at 8 years old. So she grew up, you know what I'm saying? She grew up an only child. And it shows with her maturity now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotta fight with her to get her to smile sometimes. I'm like, baby, what's going on? But that's just how she grew up. She had, her cousins or whatever, that. But she was like, Michael, at the end of the day, I was by myself.
Yeah.
And my brother, I didn't come from that. You know what I came from? I came from me being the youngest out of 5. So every time I turned around, there was people there. But here's the problem. The problem is that the youngest, which is Karen, I think she's like 8 years old, and says, forgive me about that. I think she's like 8 years older than me. So when she was a teenager, I was still a kid. So What does that mean? A lot of times it's by myself. But me, I wow. But you did so well at hiding it. I think you hid it for so long that when you eventually snapped, you let it all out. And
yes.
I don't think none of us was prepared for that. I don't think none of us was ready for that.
And that's the truth.
Yeah, I honestly just, like how you feel, I feel like, damn, why wasn't I there? Why didn't I?
Because I didn't allow you to be there. That's why. I didn't allow you to be there.
No, I know that, but is this how you feel about when you were saying, when the young lady passed on, and you felt some kind of way, like why didn't I know about this, or why I could
Yeah.
eat something?
Yeah, because she never told me that she was having suicidal thoughts at all. She just said she was depressed. So yeah, I know what you mean.
And, all right. Whew. All right. You know why that just hit me like a ton of bricks?
Why?
Because that's the conversation you and I once had. That you suffer from depression.
Mm-hmm.
So should I be on the phone with you every night now, calling you? Yeah, what you
No,
doing?
I mean,
Mike, I'm going to the bathroom. All right, call me when you get out the bathroom.
It ain't that. Like, I'm learning now, to deal with it. It's just I had to figure out on my own how to deal with it. Like I said, which is my fault, because I know if I needed you to be there, you would have been there. But like I said, that's just, what's the word I'm looking for? Subconsciously not realizing what I'm doing. Like, I'm screaming I want help, but subconsciously I can get the help. So do I really want the help? Am I content with going through what I'm going through? So it's like, now that I'm older, I kind of feel like if I wasn't going through something was wrong. If it wasn't chaos, and I think I said this to you, if it's not chaos going on in my life, something was wrong.
And you know what? When you said that to me, man, did I I thought about that for days. My brother, there was a night where I didn't sleep because I was like, what does he mean by that?
Like, meaning in a sense. Are you getting it now? Okay.
Yeah, I 100% get it. I really had to reel back and sit back and think about it. It's like, but I feel like for me, in a lot of ways, that was my problem. Like if something wasn't tragically going wrong, I wasn't content. You know how people say, "Oh, you call out to God when you need something." Mm-hmm. Remember, there was a time in my life where I was heavy into the Bible, like just there. Not realizing that wasn't the right thing to do, because that wasn't the right place to be at that time. Yeah. I was calling out to God for help. You know what I'm saying? And that's not. I just feel like that's not what you're supposed to praise God good and bad times. Mm-hmm. My problem is that I'm praising God in only the bad times. But, and there's a big but behind it. Let me ask you this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a lot of these things, you got it?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Man, my butt is hurting on this shit. Good. I'm trying to be cool and all, but good Lord, my butt is hurting on this thing. No, I'm serious, bro. I'm gonna show you the shit later. But anyway. Do you think a lot of these things that happened to you was based out of selfishness? If you really thought back about it?
I mean, the reason why I really wouldn't look at it from a younger aspect is because I was only doing what I was taught. So how can that really be selfish? That should be selfish on behalf of the teacher, because I was only doing what I was taught at a young age. Now that I'm older, right. Because now I'm an adult. And I've been doing this for X amount of years, so I'm aware. But as a child, I don't see it as being selfish at all, because I was just doing what I was being taught. So
okay. And that's the answer I was looking for. That's the answer I want you straight up. It's not a question to whereas I need the perfect. No, I need you to talk to me straight up.
Yeah. This has been a long time coming between me and you, Mike. I always knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I knew it. I always knew it was going to be you. Either it was going to be you or Moochie. Those are the two people I said the serious conversation I'm gonna have was either Mike
And
or
you know
Lucci. I
what?
swear.
I'm telling you, bro. I thought about calling him up and getting him on here too, but I
He would
said,
love that.
but I said no because this is what we said we're going to do, and if we, the next go around, if we want to bring him in, that's cool, because
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have a whole different perspective. He has a true perspective of y'all brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at you like my little brother, like from day one. That's just how you've been to me. But
Yeah.
Moochie, y'all literally, you see how your name is said Breaking Bread? Ha!
Yeah.
Y'all broke Similac.
Word. Breaking.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just look at it like that. And yeah, man, I'm sorry. I know I'm quiet, but I'm taking it all in. It's like,
Nah, it's all good, man. Like I said, it's a
no,
long time coming, Mike. It is. It's a long time coming, brother. And I appreciate this right now. Even though I didn't mean to drop a bomb on you, but I
no,
appreciate this
no,
because
no, 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 no,
I
no.
need this, Because for the people that know me, like my friends 20 plus years, they know if Mickey explodes, it's just not because of that one thing you did at that moment. He was going through stuff from
Right.
5, 10 years ago, and you just so happen to piss him off, and by me doing this, I'm stopping that cycle.
But you know what?
So, thank you.
So I want to tell you something. I talked with your cousin about that a while ago, and I said, listen, what we're seeing and what we're hearing is pent up aggression. These are all things that have been pent up that he kept to himself. That this is all there. I said, but when he explodes, he's going to explode.
Yeah.
So, whew,
But I gotta say something though, Mike.
Go ahead.
But the reason why I feel bad because of that is because there are a lot of people that I hurt that didn't deserve to get hurt. And that's one of the main things that I regret about doing the things that I did when I was younger. There are some people that I dealt with that deserved it. Don't get it twisted, but there's also a lot that didn't. And I extremely, from the bottom of my heart, feel bad for that. Feel bad for those people because they just were trying to be there. And because I was so consumed in my emotion and my anger, I deflected them any way possible. Even if that meant hurting them, I did it. And now I feel bad for that. But continue.
So how do we fix that? No, let's stay right there for a minute. How do we fix that?
Okay. Well, for me, everybody.
Because for you, the flower store ain't open 24 hours.
Yeah.
For me, it is. So how do we fix it?
Well, for me, this is kind of funny. I actually have a list of people that I know I hurt. And I went down that list and contacted every person. Some of them accepted my apology. Some of them said they hate me. Some of them said they wish I died. So now I'm at a point in my life where I'm okay because I reached out to you and I expressed, my apologies and I meant it from the heart. And some of them say, I know you're serious. I feel it. I see your growth. Some of them, oh, you full of crap or whatever. You just saying that because you probably miss me or, stuff like that. But to answer your question, I'm okay with that right now because I reached out to the people I reached out to, because I feel, for me personally, if you're turning over a new leaf in life, a new lease or leaf, you know what I mean anyway. In life, the ones that you hurt are supposed to be the ones you reach out to first. Then you proceed to try to help others. And that's what I did when I was a part of my journey, when I was in the beginning stages of my journey. I'm still in the beginning stages now, but more advanced in the beginning. You know what I mean? When I first started doing this, I reached out to those people. Hey, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but let me correct you here because I have to, because this is what's being told me to tell you.
Okay.
Once you started, the apology, you're
Mhm.
not at the beginning stages anymore.
Say it again.
I said once you started, and I'm sorry, once you started to reflect and understand that, hey, I've hurt people,
Mhm.
because you know what they say, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And you started to own up to it, and you started to correct it by reaching out. You're past the beginning stages of it.
Okay.
You're past that. Because the beginning stages, for me, this is what I think, and I'll go back to it. The beginning stages is pure selfishness.
Mhm.
You knew you did something, but yeah, you're not manning up to say anything. But that's not what you're doing. That's not what you're doing. You have decided, you know what, you say, you know what, I'm tired of living like this. There's got to be more to my life. And I know you apologizing is painful. Yeah, forgive me. I thought I put it on speaker. Hi, that's Karen. That's Karen. I'm gonna tell you so what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you so what's up. No. I'm sending a voicemail. But yeah, man, that's not where you are now. So I think in the whole aspect of it is while you're growing, understand your true growth. Understand your levels of growth. You're not at level 1 anymore. You were never there once you realized you messed up and you're doing something to correct that. You're not at level 1 anymore. Level 1 is I did it, so what? And when I talk about selfishness, that's level 1. You ain't there. You're at the stage where I feel like it's the hard stage. Because like you just said, people are telling you, I don't, why didn't you die? How do you deal with that? Like, how you somebody? Can you imagine somebody telling me? Like, I can't imagine that, man. I can't imagine that. Like somebody saying, "I wish you died."
Yeah, it was tough.
No, and see, here's the thing. Let me ask you this: once they said that to you, what did you do? What did you do?
I understand. I said I understand how you feel, and I apologize again. Left it at that.
And then what was your next move?
I said if you want to keep in touch, maybe we can go out for lunch. And then they said no, and I said okay. Well, like I said, once again, I'm sorry, and that was it. Moved on.
And you still think you're at level 1? Are you seeing this? Are you hearing yourself talk?
Yeah, you're right.
You're not there anymore. Man. You're not there anymore. Stop living in that. I think.
I got something to say to you, but I can't say it on here. I gotta say it over the phone because on here it would be a no. So I gotta talk to you after this. Okay.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Do I need to go pop a volume before we talk on the phone?
Nah, it'll be brief because I gotta work in the morning, so it ain't gonna be too long. But this is something that I have to say that's pertaining to this specific moment, but I can't. So I'll just talk to you about it.
I got you, and it's something I got to share with you.
Okay.
Something you don't know.
Okay.
And I guess when you call, we will share together.
Yes.
So, man, I'm not gonna hold you because, like you said, you gotta get up and you gotta get ready for it. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:25. I forgot. See, I'm in Central Time.
It's a 3-hour difference, right?
1. So it's 8:25. It's 8:25 for me.
Really? I thought are you considered the West Coast?
Nope. I'm Central Time.
Okay.
I'm Central.
Yeah. Okay.
West Coast is 2 hours. Now I always get confused. 2 hours.
2 hours for you and 3 hours for me.
Right, because I'm an hour behind you. Or if you looked at an hour ahead, if you looked at it from your time, an hour ahead of you.
Yeah. For some reason, I always thought there was like a 3-hour time difference between me and you. Okay.
No. Yeah.
That's how
So,
you know I gotta look at a map, man, and get back on my geographical stuff because I'm thinking Texas is the West Coast.
bro,
I'm
don't
serious.
feel no kind of way. I still look at my map. I still
Yeah.
when I go to make my phone call, like when I call friends, I got to hang up and I'm gonna call Karen. I have to
Yeah.
remember that you guys are an hour ahead of me.
Yeah. Word.
Because the one time I called her, it was like 11 o'clock my time, and I was like, oh, let me call this Saturday. She got on the phone. She was like, hello. I said, what you mean, hello like that? She's like, Michael, you know what time it is?
Yeah.
Then the light went off. Ding! I was like, oh,
Yeah,
sis,
yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, everybody, thank you so very much for joining us. This was a much needed conversation. So you are witnessing every time this man goes on his podcast, you are witnessing a growth. And you'll see that growth because, like humans, we are not perfect. We make mistakes. Like, I'll get pissed off and get angry. He'll get pissed off and angry. But the growth is that to understand what it was that I did and fix it. And my brother, I applaud you for that.
Yeah. And I just want to say, I appreciate you for having me on your platform. You know, I appreciate you putting me in a hot seat because you're probably going to laugh at me, and the people watching are probably going to laugh too. Sometimes I would say for the past 2 years, I would look in the mirror and interview myself and ask the serious questions, and just to test my answers because I knew being in a hot seat was going to happen one day. And I'm happy it was with you, brother. I'm serious. I even still to this day, I do that sometimes. I look in the mirror and have full-blown conversations with myself, asking myself the tough questions, answering them, because I knew it was going to be a day the roles were going to be reversed. You were going to be the one to ask the questions instead of you being the one asking them. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, it's no problem. But I don't even look at this as a platform, brother. I look at this as just conversation. Just so happens that we're recording it.
Yeah.
But it's conversation. And yeah, it's much needed because I keep it 100 with you. I really, for years, bro, I felt some kind of way. I'm like, seriously, friends come and go, family comes and goes. But it's that one person, it's like, I ain't never did nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you get, in the stages you go through. The first stage is you're upset, you can't understand why it happened. The next stage is you're pissed off. Then the third stage is, I'm just cut him off. I ain't gonna, whatever, you go do what you do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fourth stage is, none of that makes sense to me. I gotta reach out to him. What's going on? Why aren't you?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I really do. Because it allows me to understand the situation a little more. You know? And Meek, for years I didn't know. And then you hit me with the, I didn't want to talk
And you
about
with the doozy. I know.
Yeah,
my
I
bad,
didn't
Mike.
talk
I know.
but you can't. And if you
But the thing is, we even now. Because you had me stumped on my platform, now I got you stumped on yours. We even. Right?
You know what? Let me tell you something. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has a platform, and I seriously, his guests, I get mesmerized. Like you were saying, I really, you got to see it, man. When you go live, in the very beginning, you know me, I'm big bro. You know me. I'm like,
Yeah.
stop talking like that. Why does everything come out your mouth before letter word? Blah 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 blah. God was like, no, he is talking the way I need him to talk.
Yeah.
Once that was revealed to me, and I'll say it again, God said, no, he is expressing and talking the way I need him to talk, because any other way, he won't get his point across. You won't understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And if you notice, bro, I don't say nothing. Not a word. Not a word. I used to get pissed. I'm like, all right, well, he had a platform. I had a platform. Why this man ain't never called me for his platform? You got lawyers. You got psychologists. Who was the last lady you had on? She was actually awesome.
She was a psychologist and a life coach.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, so I was feeling some kind of way. It's like, all right. And then when I said to myself, all right, well, when he reaches out to me, I'm gonna tell him no, I ain't doing it. But you know how it goes, man. We don't do it like that.
No. He said no. Can't do it, pal. Sorry.
Nah, no. You should have asked me a long time ago. No, I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
But this has been an absolute blessing, and I look forward to the things you're going to do and who you're going to truly be in life, because this is just a pit stop.
I appreciate that.
You stop beating yourself up and you stop blocking. I was supposed to tell you this last time.
Okay.
You stop blocking your blessings. Nobody else is doing it. You're doing it to yourself.
That part I agree with.
Yeah, stop. Oh, what, you agree with nothing else we talked about?
No.
Wow,
I mean,
that's hurtful.
That part, like, it resonated with me real good just now. So that is true. I agree.
No, but it's true, man. You stop blocking your own blessings. You never did this. You know how much. You know what kind of balls it takes to come out and tell people, "Hey, there's something going on. I need help." That takes a lot.
Yeah.
That takes a lot.
But then also, you got to understand, it's not socially accepted, especially now, for a man to really express how they feel, because they get turned into a meme and get made fun of. So that made it even worse for me as I got older, because once I started trying to get out of my shell, all right, I'm going to speak about it. I go on social media, Will Smith's a meme, Tyrese is a meme, everybody's a meme, and I'm just like, okay, now I'm not going to say nothing, so now I'm going to close back up. But to the point where I just was like, I can't do this no more. I don't have enough memory, enough storage to be storing all of this. So I had to let it out.
All right, so we supposed to be wrapping it up, but you brought this out, so okay, real quick.
My bad, y'all. My bad. I had to
don't worry about
say
it.
That real quick.
My issue was being. I'm always looked upon as the goody two shoes. The Michael, oh, he can't do that. Michael don't do that. That's a little brother. He don't do that. That's why I said after the show, you gotta call me.
Yeah.
He's not supposed. He don't do those things. You know how much dumb, and I'll say it like this. You know how much dumb shit I did in my life, and got a passport because, bro, I got married at 21. I had kids. Do you know how impressive that looks?
Yeah.
Do you know how impressive it sounds? It sounds. Oh, you've been married almost 30 years. You got kids in college. You know how impressive that sounds?
That's true.
Meanwhile, you don't know the struggle it took me to get here. You don't know what it took for me every night to put my knees to the floor and thank God for this day. It took a lot. And it continues. I shouldn't say it took. It continues to take a lot. You see, that's the thing, Meek. Everybody gives you the accolades. No clue how you got there. They see you for surface, but they don't know what it took to get here. Let me tell you something.
Yep.
Every night, I thank God for the woman that I have. Again, you know how much stuff I did. And one of the reasons why I ain't talked to you about it, or we ain't never chopped it up about it, because in your eyes, I'm looked at something different.
Yeah.
In your family, I'm looked at something different. And your family, we are looked at something different. Together 30
Y'all
years.
like it. Y'all the Barack and Michelle Obama of our family. I'm just saying.
Now you're saying that, but do you know what kind of pressure that brings? That means, Mickey. And as I'm telling you, I'm feeling it coming off me. That is a tremendous amount of pressure. Brother, we got our first house at 23. That's all people talked about. That's all people talked about. Couldn't do no wrong. Nobody ever talked about that she and I almost got divorced and almost went our separate way because of my dumb shit. Nobody talks about that. And people knew. People knew. Remember when I was in the so-called auto club or whatever?
Yeah.
Brother,
I remember, yeah.
There's some days I ain't come home. People knew. So yeah. See that look on your face? Surprise, right? Yeah.
Mm.
You want to talk about dumb stuff? Yeah. You want to talk about pressure? Oh, forget it. When my mom died, that's what I said, bro. I thank God for her. Because somebody had to be the adult in a relationship.
You said that before too.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Somebody has to look and go, you know what? I'm going to hold this down until you get back on your feet. I used to ask all the time, why did you leave? You know what she said? Because I knew you would grow up. You might as well hit me with a bat.
That's deep.
You didn't have to curse at me. You didn't have to cheat on me. You didn't have to do nothing else. And here's the thing. I give it 100 with you. If she did, nothing I can say. What am I going to say? So yeah, there's a lot behind these glasses. People won't see that. You know what they see? They see my posts on Facebook. But I'm shouting my kids out and I'm shouting my wife out. So if you see that, oh, they got it all together.
Yeah, that's true.
Homie, it took years to get there. And we ain't even there 100% yet. But here's the thing. I'm going to make mistakes. I just know which mistakes not to make. And I think that's the biggest thing.
That's deep.
I think that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it again. I am going to make mistakes.
Hold on, slow down. Let me write it down. Say it again. No. Yeah.
But it's true. You're going to make mistakes. You just got to know which ones not to make.
I'm stealing that, Mike. So don't be surprised you see that.
It's yours. It's yours. It's yours.
I'll shout you out though. I'm gonna let you know. But
we family. I could please. Yeah, my stuff. I snatch it. Yours. Forget about it. But yeah. And you know what? I feel like there's another conversation that needs to be had, and we can do this on your platform.
Cool.
I'm good with that. I feel. Whew. I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing a series on emotional intelligence.
Oh my God. Hold that thought. I gotta just 2 seconds. I gotta show you something.
Go ahead.
Wow, that's crazy. Where is it at? Here it is. Okay. No lie. All right. I just got this.
You got 2.0?
Yes.
I got the audio book for that.
I just got this in the mail today. That's crazy what you just said. Wow.
Yo, when you get to page 55, let me know. Call
55?
me. Wait,
Okay.
call me and talk to me.
Okay.
I'm telling you. So look, if you wanna jump on, man. My first guest is he's a clergy for the NYPD,
Okay.
but this is what he specializes in. So if you want to jump in, let me know. I'll get y'all both.
But it's crazy how that worked out just now.
No,
I just
because
got this book, and that's the thing you're gonna do. That's crazy. Wow.
I got the audio book for that.
So you just started reading it, or you read it already?
I'm
Or
done.
you heard it, I should say.
I'm
You finished
done.
with it. Okay.
Now I go through it and take notes. I'm telling you. When you start reading it, you're gonna look and you go. First, you're gonna get scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know why you get scared? Because you're going to realize you're in that book.
Okay.
And it's scary. It's scary. Let me tell you something. When people find out about themselves, it's scary. It's not something you cry over. It's you. They get scared. You know why they get scared? Because the truth is there. And that's the problem with most people today. They don't want to look at the truth. I said, bro. I don't even mind doing a book reading with you. Like if you want to jump on, I'll call you, whatever. We can go through like the first chapter, whatever. I'm good with that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm good with that. It's hey, listen.
I'm gonna dig into this. Okay.
Now listen.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna come a time when you get tired. Don't get so tired that you put it down and never pick it back up or forget about it. Put it down and say, hey, I'll pick it back up tomorrow and I'm on this chapter. Set it. If you got to set a reminder in your phone.
Yeah, word.
I need you to finish that book. It opens up a lot. It really does. It really does. It opens up.
Right.
All right. So look, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up and get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is my brother. A lot of deep stuff that went on today. So, and that's a fitting name, Breakin Bread, because I think today we not only broke it, we smashed it.
Yeah.
And there's more. There's more.
I hope we ain't smash it too small. Cause I gotta eat some bread, man. You can't smash all
I'm
of
telling
it.
you, the next chapters in your life, in your podcast, we're putting everything back together.
Yeah.
So, give them your information, please.
Okay. Well, what you can do is you can reach me on Facebook if you would like. My name is Meek Velaluz, MEekVelalVuz, or you can look me up on YouTube, Breakin Bread, or you can look me up on Facebook, Breakin Bread. And the way it's spelled on Facebook is BREAKIN space bread. Check me out. I got a lot of good content on there. I don't really stay on one subject in particular. I'm all over the place with it. So whatever you're looking for, you're going to find on my platform.
And I, ladies and gentlemen, will have all his information posted below. Meek, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you very much for being here.
Appreciate you too,
thank
cousin.
you. Listen, guys, y'all know who I am. I'm Mike. It's my troops. And today was really, really, really my troops. Because I said some things that I was like, I didn't think you were going to bring it out of me. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching us tonight. And this is random. Again, when is your show? What day?
Sundays.
And my
Sundays
show
is the day, 8:30. Yep.
8:30.
Yep.
I normally post Sunday afternoon. So you hit me up at first, and I'm usually there like 12 noon. You get something to eat, you break a little bread, and you hit my brother up.
There we go. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Listen, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll have a good night, everybody.